I think we should start off like that.
Okay. Hello, I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Sharon, and
We
we're
are
the
the
Reinhardts. Y'all, this is our.
wait.
Oh,
That's like
It's
a
the Navy.
tribute to Navy.
I know.
Navy.
Anyway,
Okay.
y'all, this is our first time like recording
Us.
just something we wanted to start called Chance Encounters.
Chance
because 41
years ago,
years ago we met.
we met by chance encounter. Now, today is January 20th, 2024. We met January 20th, 1983.
That is correct.
It was a Thursday.
And we know that we aren't the only ones out there with chance encounters. So we really wanted to start this to, number one, like let others kind of enjoy in thinking about their chance encounters.
Yeah, because it really shaped our lives together for the past 40 years, or 41 years. And there's so many little things that we've had through our lifetime that were chance encounters. And so we just figured, let's just put it out there and hear from other people who've had similar experiences, a little different, whatever. Chance encounters.
Exactly. And I'll tell you how it started from my end. So I lived in a little rural town, and I wanted to join the Navy, and got this phone call right before I was going to go to what they call MEPS, which is where I was going to pick out like what job I wanted to do in the Navy and all that kind of stuff. And I got a call, and the recruiter was ill, and so they wanted to know if I wanted to reschedule or they could transfer me to another recruiter that was in Baton Rouge. And I said, yeah, I want to go ahead and go. I know some people would have backed out, but this is part of the chance encounter. It's embracing the unforeseens. So my recruiter, picked me up, and then he said we had to go to.
It wasn't your recruiter.
Actually, it was his recruiter. The new recruiter picked me up. That's right.
Yeah.
The new recruiter picked me up all the way from Baton Rouge, about an hour away, I guess, and said we have to go and pick up someone else. So.
Me. So. This was, like I said, a Thursday. So Monday, I decided I was going to join the Navy. Tuesday, I took the test to join the Navy, the mental test and all that, the questions. Wednesday, I had to pay a speeding ticket because they wouldn't process me otherwise. Thursday was the day I was going to take my physical, select a job. So Thursday morning, he was going to be at my house bright and early, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I come out, and I didn't know someone else was going to be in the car. So I come out the door. She's sitting in the front seat on the passenger side. The recruiter's getting in the driver's side. So I hop in the back behind the recruiter. And that's how we first met. 41 years ago.
41 years ago.
And
I said, at the station, but we went by the station, but you were actually
I was at home.
at your house.
Yeah.
Because we had to go by the
you
station.
had to go by the station to get
pick
my
up some
paperwork, I
things.
think.
That's exactly
And
it.
then you stopped by my house on the way, and then
My
we
goodness.
headed to New Orleans to go take our physicals. Now, I thought she was the recruiter's girlfriend just going for a ride with him to New Orleans while I went and processed in the Navy. I had no clue she was processing into the Navy as well.
And I was taking the mirror and kind of readjusting it, seeing who was sitting back there in the back seat.
She was checking me out.
Not really.
No, that's
his story.
That's the story I tell. I tell that she tried to make us crash because she was in the front seat adjusting his mirror just to catch a glimpse of my eyes.
No.
That's not true, but
really,
it sounds better when I say it like that. You know you like it.
I was fixing the mirror. But anyway, we get to MEPS, which is, what's that stand for?
Military Entrance Processing Station.
Right? And processing station. We get there and we find out that we're really both there doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Getting ready, trying to join.
I really realized it because she knew
Oh,
She
yeah,
was joining.
I knew.
I
You
had no
didn't know.
clue.
That's right.
I had no clue. So when I go in and they separate the men from the women to take their physicals, but she was going to the women to take the physical, and I was like,
Oh, she's joining.
she's joining.
And so I think our first time really sort of saying something, we didn't say much in the car.
Nope, not at
But I do remember at the MEPS, you were sitting down, like, there was a table, like, with some magazines. And you didn't say it, you just kind of pick one up and go, like, hey, he wants to hand it to me, like, and I go, yeah, you know, and so I take the magazine.
I made the first move.
That's funny.
I made the first move.
Exactly.
So,
and you know, later by the end of the day, we're actually back in the same car. And I know a lot happened between then. You can talk about that. But by the end of the day, we actually, at this point, you know, exchange information.
Yeah, in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to go back for a follow-up for my eyes because I wore glasses at the time. She finished her physical and you chose your job.
That's right.
Because you were foreman and you were on delayed entry.
Right, because that was in January.
And you weren't
I didn't leave until December.
For boot camp.
That's right.
So she had 11 months to go. So we switched addresses so that the first person that goes would write the other person to tell them how it is, what to expect, whatever. I went back the following day, which was the Friday, the 21st, to finish my eye appointment. And Friday afternoon, I was on an airplane heading to Great Lakes, Illinois, to boot camp that same day. Unexpected. And I got on the plane, went. My family didn't know I was joining the Navy. I was telling her the other day, I was going to LSU at the time, but the semester was starting late because Mardi Gras was early. So it was going to start after Mardi Gras. And instead of going back that following semester, I went in the Navy. And so my family didn't know. They thought I was just in New Orleans for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think I went back to school that Friday.
Well,
because I was still a senior in high school.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember, you know, my guidance counselor saying, hey, you know, are you really going to join like the Navy? And I was ready, like, to, you know, just kind of get away, see the world. I think I always had some kind of travel thing in my blood a little bit because I didn't do a lot of traveling growing up, lived rural, and we did a lot of things more like outside or growing stuff, and my dad milked cows and things like that. But I remember in the 3rd grade doing a poster about what do you want to be when you grow up? And my poster was like a girl with a uniform on. So now I put that to the Navy. But on my poster, it said, I want to be an airline stewardess, which is what they were called when I was in the 3rd grade. And she had a plane, so I do like to travel. But I'm going to tell you, I was still a senior in high school, and I met him, and then a few months later, I get that first letter from you, right?
Not even a few months.
Let's see.
I was still in boot camp.
That's right. I got a letter from you in boot camp.
I was still in boot
camp.
camp.
But a few months later, I got a chance to see you in May.
Yeah, because I came home after boot camp.
Yes.
I was supposed to be coming home to get my car, but it wasn't working right.
Yeah.
So,
you know, the letter I got from you, it said, okay, I was introduced to him in the car. The recruiter introduced us as Jimmy. I got a letter in the mail, and it was from like George J. Reinhardt. Back then, they used to put the Social Security number on the envelope.
On the outside.
That would never happen now.
That was on the outside.
Then, yes. And had some kind of like, what the company number and all this.
Company 027.
Oh, you still remember that?
Of course I remember.
Oh, I think mine was
Great Lakes.
24.
I was company 027, January 1983.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. I really do want to think mine was like KO24, but I don't know, y'all. So if anybody's on there and y'all gonna go look that up, I could totally be wrong. I just really, for some reason,
I know.
For some reason, that's like ringing a bell. But when I got that letter, and then opened it up and read it, then I knew, like...
Because she didn't know who George was.
That's like, oh, this is Jimmy.
No, say it. This is that little guy
that was in the car. Little guy that was in the car with a headset on singing Michael Jackson songs.
Because I had a Walkman, and I had Michael Jackson's Thriller album, and I had Prince 1999 that just came out. And So yeah, that's what I was listening to, singing a little bit loud, maybe in the back seat, and she was checking that out. She was like, oh, he sounds so good.
Yeah, he was a lot loud. You were a lot loud.
Those of you who don't know what Walkman are, look that up.
But anyway,
but yeah,
but we just
that's how we met. It was like
that's
a chance
how we
encounter.
met, and now
Because a number of different things could have happened to cause one or both of us not to be there at the same time.
Exactly.
Because of everything.
Because of my recruiter got sick, and all I had to say was, nah, I don't know this new guy. Because, I had been talking to my recruiter.
Right,
so
you get to know
I
your
knew my
recruiters.
recruiter. And so when they told me, asked me that, well, if you want to go, you can still go, but we'll have to give you to someone you don't know.
Yeah.
And sometimes people really take those things
They'll be like, nah, I'll
and
wait.
they go, nah, I'll
wait.
just wait.
I'll
We'll
just
used
wait.
to. But you know what I did? I said, you know what? No, I want to go. And there this guy picks me up. And of course now, my mom don't know him. And my dad had actually passed when I was 16. So my mom was the sole, parent, in the household. And she's like, okay, I mean, he just kind of took everybody's word. And yes, he was a recruiter. He had on a uniform. And it's just, and from there, I mean, we just in October we just celebrated our 40th year anniversary. So that kind of tells you we didn't know each other.
Yeah, because we met in January. We got married in October. The same year. So, and
before I went to boot camp.
Yeah, and a lot of that, I was in school in Great Lakes, and she had to finish high school. I graduated high school a little early, so I was only 17 going to LSU. So it wasn't like I'm 5 years older than her or nothing like that. I'm only, 2 years?
2. Mm-hmm.
Year and change. Yeah,
I got a birthday coming up.
Yeah. So, which I didn't know then, because
exactly.
I didn't know. So,
but yeah, we're just gonna kind of take this as it comes to us and really create, things like this. But we know that there are many people. Everybody has so
many of y'all
encounters
out there in the community that had these chance encounters that, if for one thing or another, and we're gonna have more stories coming up because we've had so many that led to friendships, lifetime friendships, the whole works. But I mean, if her recruiter wasn't sick, or if I couldn't afford to pay my speeding ticket, which I wanted to fight, but the guy told me I couldn't join until I fixed it, so I had to fix it. And if I would have just waited to go to court, none of this would have happened, because I wouldn't have been at that place at time.
Right.
So
sometimes.
So you lucked out.
Yeah. So it's about embracing the unforeseens, and then just kind of letting life happen. Sometimes
you got to be open to let things happen.
To let it happen.
Because you never know. You never know how wonderful that decisions could be. 40 years down the road. And I know we say we meet people out. We do. We meet a lot of people. Not everyone we meet and everything we do is a chance encounter. Right. You kind of know if it's a chance encounter because a lot of times you wasn't really going to do that, but you ended up doing it anyway. You didn't really know why you were going to do something, and you ended up there anyway. And all of a sudden something happened that was on their end was the same almost. They didn't know why they were going to be there. And then later, years pass by, and you notice the impact it makes, and you're like, wow, that was a chance encounter. Yeah. And we want to talk about those because I want to hear them. So we're creating this platform so we can hear your stories, tell our stories, and just give make people think about them and enjoy them because we really do enjoy our chance encounters. I mean, we talk about things like that. I know, and we talk about things from the beginning. 40 years later, we're still just talking and almost breathing some of this stuff. It's just really, it's really, really good. So, all right, so let's wrap this up.
We're gonna wrap this up, and I hope you all keep looking, seeing what we're going to come up with next because we got some things, and I hope we just keep. We got some funny stuff too. I mean, we're funny. He's funny.
No, we do. But seriously, like she said, there's been so much, we've been blessed so much in our lives. that, and I tell the stories a little bit funnier than hers, because you know that's what I
I get all mushy.
do. Yeah.
He teases me. He tells me, he said, because sometimes I have a conversation with someone else have a conversation, they're okay, and I have the conversation, and he says, "You're making people cry again."
They walk
I really
crying.
don't.
Happy tears and whatever, but
I know.
I said, who you may cry today?
Who you may cry.
Whatever.
You know,
Anyway.
it's really not like that. But anyway, I
So-
do probably get a little bit on the mushy side. We hope you all enjoy this and that you'll
Yeah.
come back and spend some time with us.
Yeah, and that's a good one. Spend some time with us,
Yes.
and let us know in your comments about some of your chance encounters, and we'll see where this goes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Bye,
There'll be
y'all.
more.
Bye, y'all. That was great.